Todd is not only a remarkable, successful 30-year titan in business with having multiple businesses that generate multiplied millions of dollars.
And if that plan happens to be to build $1 million company, which I can help you do.
But he's humble. He's a man of God. He's a family man.
The world's news organizations are built on everything but positivity.
He is an influential entrepreneur and business speaker for over 30 years.
I've got to forecast. I've got to pronounce. I've got to project. I've got to share with you my ideas, my vision, my goals for not only myself, but for you.
That's why he's came up with his incredible concept of taking and creating a platform for people that are wired differently.
And you got to understand that your habits of your person and your habits of your business and your habits of your spirituality have to lead to the North Star of who you are. We need to figure out who we want to be in life.
To the North Star of who you are. You know, that just stuck out to me in that intro, the North Star of who you are. You know, I know we've talked about this in the past. And this morning, today's going to be a fast morning, so I want you to pay attention. Some of you late. Let me see what's going on here with my Wi-Fi. I have got to check this podcast. All right, we did it. Hopefully, give me some comments, you guys, because my power strength is just give me some thumbs up. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Christina Wilson. It's been a while. Today's going to be a great day. I know it, Robert. Good to hear from you. Good morning, Latane. How is the power coming over there? You guys seeing me okay? I checked my speed. Let's power through this. Okay, everybody. So good morning. So I just wanted to. The North Star of our habits, we've talked about this in the past. We've talked about how important it is for us to understand. Hello, Madeline. Hello, Kelly Sprout. Hello, Luther Crawford. How you doing? Captain Luther, you're there. Come on, somebody tell me how my broadcast is looking out there. Give me some confidence. Let's see here. Terry, talk to me. Christina, talk to me. My man Jason's out there. He never lets me down. So the North Star of our habits, and today I wanted to kind of talk to you about a story I ran into the other day. I was with my wife, Tracy, and you guys know I love to tell stories about Tracy. And this is a simple story, but I just think it wants to play to the bigger group that we're talking about here, and I'm looking for you're good. Okay, thank you so much, Terry. Thank you so much, Terry. So here's good morning, Annette. Bo Forster. Oh, my gosh, all these people are piling on. We got to get this right. We got to get this. So here's the deal. Today's going to be a fast one. Today's going to be this idea of what message are we sending in our casual time? What message are we sending, you know, when we're just trying to be ourselves and we forget that we're wired differently. We forget that we're trying to hold up a different flag sometimes representing God or our family or other people or goodness. And I had a funny story happen to me. It was after work, and my wife had called me. She said, "What do you want to have for dinner?" And so we're on this crazy diet, and it's meat, salt, water. And we've both lost a lot of weight, and Kara's done very well with that. But this particular day, we were like, okay, we're really tired of meat, salt, water. I didn't want to eat at home. I said, let's go out to dinner. So let's go. I mean, Applebee's has dinner. So we decide to go to Applebee's. So she meets me. She drives up in the Pacer, or no, the Tom's Donuts Corvette, and I'm in the Tom's Donut Jeep, and we meet at the cabin. She jumps into the Jeep, and we drive back to Applebee's. And on the way there, I realized that I'm out of cigars. And I know that I have a casual cigar every now and then. It's just kind of nice to chill every now and then. And I get these mild, and I'm not trying to make excuses. I don't know that it's all that bad for you. I know it's not perfect for you. And my wife says, you know, do you need to smoke them? And I'm like, I don't need to, but it's just kind of here at the lakes and we're chilling. So this really isn't about the idea that I have a casual cigar every now and then or a casual beer every now and then. It's this idea of what is the message we're sending. So Bo, I want you guys to realize that we're always sending messages. We're always sending messages. And sometimes you forget, or I forget, that I am sending signals to people. And so as we're driving to Applebee's, I pull into the smoke shop. All right. So in Angola, India, a lot of you guys are from Angola. Some of you aren't from Angola. A lot of you are from all over the world actually now. But there's a little smoke shop, and this smoke shop has been there for like 1,000,000 years. And I've never really went into my life, but I realize it's really the only place you can buy a reasonably good cigar. And you go in there, it's got a humidor, and I just only go in there to get a cigar. I didn't realize all the things that are in a smoke shop. Right? I mean, I don't want to say I'm naive, but I just didn't think about all the things, that are in a smoke shop. I just wanted to get a cigar. And as I pulled into this store, which is on a main drag in this big red Tom's Donut Jeep, maybe a wired differently shirt or something. I'm just like, I'm just going in to get a cigar. A few of them. My wife says, do you really want to park the Jeep, the Tom's Donut Jeep with me sitting in it in front of this smoke store? I'm like, well, why? What's the big deal? She goes, well, I mean, I don't know, but I just don't really feel comfortable sitting in this big billboard with 4 tires on it while you're going into the smoke shop. I said, babe, I'm just getting a couple cigars. So I go into this smoke shop. I go right to the humidor. No big deal. I've never even been through the whole smoke shop. Grab the certain type of brand that's good, that I like. And I grab it and I go up to the counter and I realize I don't have a lighter and it's time to buy a nice torch lighter. And so I spend the time looking for a torch lighter. I don't want one of those big little things. I want a nice torch that lights up the tip of the cigar and gives you a nice burn and gets you up and running quickly. And it's half the fun of having a cigar every now and then is lighting that baby up, right? But as I look for these torch lighters, I realized that I didn't see the one I wanted. And I'm scratching my head and I'm looking at things around and I'm like, why would you have some bigger lighters? And so I walked down the showcase ever so gently and I realized there's a whole nother section of this smoke shop. I mean, this is like vape central and all this kind of bongs and paraphernalia galore. I mean, I got to tell you, there's a lot of stuff that people can smoke with. I mean, I'm aware of the marijuana. I'm aware of like the stuff that goes along with, I guess, smoking. I was a kid once. I saw friends doing things and bongs and one hitters and, blunts. And I mean, come on. I'm not giving you a commercial. I'm just saying I'm wise to the world, but I'm not as wise to the world as my wife is, who's sitting out in the rolling billboard for Tom's Donuts in the only red Jeep in the world, putting on an advertisement that we're sitting out in front of the smoke shop. She's sitting in there, the door is locked, and I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, all I want is a cigar and a lighter. But as I'm going through the deeper end of this cavernous place called the smoke shop, and I'm seeing things and I'm starting to get a little flush. I'm like, now I know what my wife's talking about. Never mind. I just want a torch light. So I go over to this section and there's like these massive torch lights. I mean, torch lights as big as it's like, now that's a lighter. Now that's a torch. Now that's going to light my cigar that I'm just going to have out on the balcony of the cabin overlooking the lake and chilling after dinner and just not hurting anybody, minding my own business, right? And I go to look at the lighter and the lady working behind the counter looks at me and she says, now that one is this, that one is this. I said, man, these are some massive, these got like some girth. I mean, they're like big. I think you could use them in war, you strap it on your back and be a flamethrower. And I'm like, this is like almost too much. And I wanted a big lighter. I wanted a big. I said, let me see that one. So she pulls it out. And it was a little cheaper than it looked in the case, but It was big. And I said, why are these so big? She kind of laughed at me. I said, I would get this because I would really like to light I could literally light a campfire. I could burn houses down, I suppose, with this thing. I mean, I like to have it, but it just seems a little excessive. It seems a little unlogical. I said, so should I buy this type of lighter? Am I like, what am I saying if I grab this lighter? Because it's not in the lighter batch where the other lighters were. She goes, well, those first lighters you were looking at, those were cigar lighters. I said, those are torch lighters too. And she said, yeah, those are torch lighters for cigars. And she just kind of getting a little uncomfortable and getting a little nervous and kind of moving around. I don't know what she had going on, but I'm just like, I'm starting to get the heebie-jeebies about the whole process. My wife's out there in the Jeep, and all I wanted was a few cigars. And this side of the cigar place was kind of nice and easy and casual. But as more I moved to the other side of the store, it was bongs and like paraphernalia and masks that it got weird, man. But I didn't go all the way over there. I stayed right here where these big lighters were that were not with. I said, well, if those are cigar lighters, what do you mean? These are just bigger versions of the cigar lighter. And she looked at me and she kind of shook her head. She goes, well, I'd like to sell you one of these. They're going to work really good. And these, like the butane, the butane fill cans were like fire extinguisher cans. I'm like, what am I into? Yeah. Have you ever been in a situation like that where you just kind of got in a place that you were, and I don't mind being uncomfortable. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's this wired differently mindset. And it's kind of probably why you were drawn to places and different things. But well, like your spidey senses are going off. And that maybe you're in a place you shouldn't be, or you're having a conversation that shouldn't happen, or people around you are starting to do things that, don't align with your North Star or your habit. This is what's going on right now. And this is what I want to challenge you with. So as I continue to prod my way into this storyline of the smokehouse and my wife in the rolling billboard out in front of the highway, and everybody's seeing my brand and my name in the smokehouse, I thought I was just going in to get a simple cigar. But as I got deeper in it, I realized that the message that I was sending while I was in this cigar house was broader than a casual cigar. And as I went to buy the butane cigar lighter, the Torch butane cigar lighter, I asked if I could get a bigger butane torch lighter. And she took me down to the other end of the room, which was 20 feet away from the cigar area, the front end of the building. I was going to the back end of the building, and I was getting deeper into crazy different things. And she showed me these large torch lighters, and I'm already back and bringing some people to the store. And so I look at these large torch lighters, and she says, okay, those are the cigar lighters. These are the big torch lighters. I said, well, what do you mean? If those are the cigar lighters, what are these? I mean, they look the same. They're just a little bigger. And she says, well, Mr. Saylor, do you want me to be completely honest with you? I'm like, of course, I'm here to buy cigars. I just want a lighter, and this is a big ass lighter, and it would just light my cigar really fast. It seems like it would really work in a great way. It seems like it would be really cool to put your cigar in your mouth and have to hold a butane lighter with two hands. And it would just go like crazy. And the good news is I don't have any hair. I was singed, but man, they would, I would just like, I should have brought a cigar in. But she says, well, Mr. Saylor, I got to be completely honest with you. I said, give it to me, man. Give it to me. What's the big deal? It's either a cigar torch lighter or it's a torch lighter of a bigger proportion. I want the big one, but I'm feeling a little wonky about it. And she looked right at me and she said, Mr. Saylor, these torch lighters are meant for smoking meth. So here's the deal, my friends. And this is where I was motivated yesterday to tell the story. Like this show, I almost tell on myself all the time. But I feel like if I'm telling on myself and I'm sharing the message that was given to me, right, through my missteps, I'm coaching you on, a bigger, broader picture, a bigger, broader scale, right? My wife was right. I could only see what I wanted, right? And that's a gift I have. I'm supremely purposeful. I'm wired differently and I'm focused. And really, I wanted to take her to dinner, but I took a sidestep to go get a cigar for after dinner. And she said to me as I pulled into the smokehouse, do you really want to park our Jeep, our billboard, our business, our identity? The North Star of our identity is our habits. Do you want to really take all of that and park it in front of the smoke shop? No, I don't, honey, but I really wanted to get a quick cigar. I didn't see what she was saying. I was so focused. I had forgot my identity for a moment of a coach, a leader, a preacher, a teacher, a lover, a motivator, an inspirational person. And more importantly, I didn't really understand what I was walking into. I don't think a person who smokes a cigar, it can't be a leader, a teacher, a preacher, a lover, inspirational person. We obviously know that's not the case, but it's not always the best message. But beyond that, it wasn't that I was upset or concerned about that. I was only thinking that, okay, people know I smoke a cigar. But what I wasn't aware of, that my wife was keenly aware of, is it wasn't the cigar that the vape shop or the smoke shop or the bong shop or the meth shop, the assistance to the drug world that I was sending by sitting my vehicle in front of it and walking in there so casually. You see, the North Star of our identity is to be what? Christ-like, is what to be our profession, is to be our group, is to be what we have chose to be in our life. And I have not chosen to be an advocate for meth smokers. I have not chosen to be an advocate for vaping. I have not chosen to be an advocate for masks and all these things that are in there that seem to be legal to buy, but not legal to do. You see, it got away from me for a moment because my want was somewhat skewed and I forgot the North Star of my identity. But my wife, of course, she doesn't forget these things. So I want to publicly apologize to you, babe. It's not a tragic thing. I didn't get thrown in jail or anything like that. But I think the greater story is, and we're not gonna hit it very hard today, because I think this is kind of a deep, kind of a cutting story that I just want to tell on myself. If I'm willing to tell on myself to you, the thousands of people that are watching me right now, I mean, what is the North Star of your identity? What is the identity? What are your habits leading to that's your North Star, which is your identity? Do you have a Tracy in your life? Do you have somebody that says, do you really want to smoke in front of that? Do you really want to smoke? Do you really want to go in that store and represent something that you don't believe in? Right? So I just want to challenge all of you guys. Right? I want to challenge all of you guys. It's the little things in life. It's the things in life that, we take too casual, and we just want to slip away sometimes and say, well, that's how I feel, that's how things are, that's how sometimes. But what is the message you're sending all the time? What is this letdown sometimes that we have? Now, mine, I'll take it. No one got hurt. Actually, some people are being blessed by this poor judgment that I had. Now, listen, I'm going to go back in there again, and I'm going to do it either quickly but I like a cigar every now and then, and unfortunately, that's the only place to get them. But I'm definitely not going to be buying the big butane torchlight. Can you imagine me walking around Latane or Bo or anybody out there? Keisha Black, you're awesome. So thank you so much for all your comments. And I don't want to let you down, Keisha. Come on, man. But can you imagine? I'm literally, I mean, you can go in a convenience store and buy a cigar. No one's going to get upset. You can get a little Bic lighter. No one's going to get upset. You're not sending any message. But when you walk into the smoke shop and there's vapors and bongers and maskers and meth paraphernalia, my gosh, meth kills people like on the spot, right? And I'm literally holding a torch that I would have been taking possibly out in public and lighting a cigar with a meth torch. What in the world would wire differently, Todd, Christian, Todd, business entrepreneur minds? What's that message Todd would be sending? I would have been laughed. I would have, people have been talking about, he doesn't even know what he's got a meth torch. I wonder if he uses it on meth. What is going on? So I just want you to understand. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, Humawanti. HEMWATTIE. I see you on every morning. Thank you. So I want you to translate this quick little story this morning. I want you to take it to your life. I want you to kind of walk around in your wired differently mindset. And I want you to think about the decisions that you make on a regular basis that people are seeing you do or possibly seeing you do, and maybe not even on a regular basis, is where are you letting down in your North Star, your identity of your habit? Right? So listen, my friends, today is a great day. And I wanted to go over a few things with you, and I just got to settle this up real quick because I want you to understand today is Tell on Yourself Day, National Tell on Yourself Day. We're going to create that national day. I know we do national days all the time, so I just wanted to make sure that you guys realize you can count on me to tell on myself all the time, because I have got this ability to communicate with so many people and tell on myself. And you know what? You know why I'm going to tell on myself? Because I know that you're doing the same things, right? I know you're doing the same things. I know you're letting down. I know you're sinning. I know you're doing these things. I'm doing the same things. I just want you to draw attention to how we can become 1%, if not more, better every day. How can we improve ourselves? How can we share ourselves with other people? How can we be wired differently? How can we continue to form our habits to our North Star, which is our identity? And if we know who we want to be, then we can form our habits into those relations. So today is a national holiday. On May 31st, we made a national holiday out of Wired Differently on my birthday. And today I decided to declare it June 6th, national, or let's go with World Tell on Yourself Day. You got to literally post something on my comments. Free yourself. Free yourself. Tell on yourself. Have you ever done anything like this? Have you ever literally like really done something, even if it's small, where you know that you shouldn't have done it and you sent a bad message? It's freeing, right? I think I'm going to be able to go home and face my wife and say, I told on myself today. And she's going to say, did you talk about me again? So it's National Tell on Yourself Day. It's my national Tell on Myself in front of Tracy Day. She'll probably watch this show. Someone's going to tell her she needs to watch this show because she doesn't watch every show. But it's also National Russian Language Day. I was just curious when I was looking at this. Do you think Russia has a national USA Day? I'm just curious. USA Language Day. It's Pest Control Day. So, like, we're celebrating pests. I looked it up, and we're not actually celebrating National Pest Days to celebrate the fact that we kill the pests to keep the people safe. So there you go. You wokey people are going to be worried about killing pests. Now we're talking about ants and things. Don't worry about it. My grandson, Saylor, he's going to be upset. He's going to, are you killing raccoons? I'm like, no, I'm not killing raccoons, but I will kill a mole, and don't even give me grief. Oh, why do you got to kill moles, Papa? I'm like, Saylor, moles deserve to die because they tear up my yard. They don't even have eyeballs. It's also National Sweden Day. A mole can't even see it coming. They go, they're dead. They don't have eyeballs. National Sweden Day. Let's celebrate Sweden. And here's the one I kind of want to get halfway serious about is National Invasion Day. June 6, 1944, we invaded Normandy. We went over to France and we set thousands and thousands of boats and people and U.S. and young men. And we went over and we ended World War II. Germany was trying to take over the world and they had a good start. We stayed out of the war. We stayed out of the war. We stayed out of the war. And finally we jumped in it and America came to the rescue and crushed Adolf Hitler and his war machine. And it all happened when we invaded World War II in 1944. The interesting thing I wanted to kind of finish up with today and go back to the North Star of our habits is that we have habits. We have things. We have things that we do. We have things that we put ourselves in positions of. And I just wanted to wrap up this morning. And I wanted you guys to understand that you are called to be better. We're working at a lot of things here, and I want you to know that that's your calling. And the reason I told on myself this morning is because I felt convicted. I would be on yourself. I mean, I feel like as this show grows, things continue to move forward in our lives, and you guys are continuing to watch. I think that I'm gonna be your beacon. I'm gonna be your person. I'm not gonna be perfect. I'm not gonna be the ideal person all the time, but I do want you to understand either will you, right? And I think it's important that you understand you can be better. You can be aware of these things, and you can hold your banner, your flag, your identity a little higher each day. So I just wanted to share this with you this morning, and I wanted to tell you that you can do it. You can be this person wired differently. You can be this person entrepreneur. You can be this person spiritually. You're going to have little letdowns. You're going to have mistakes. You're going to have little virtue signals that don't make so much sense. This political world we live in is putting us constantly in a place where we're judged for one side or the other. And I just want you to understand that you just need to focus just a little bit more. You need to hold your identity and the message that you're sending to people just a little bit higher. I want you to understand that I love you. I love you. I love you. And I want to thank you for being on this broadcast this morning. I want to thank you for giving me all these comments. I want to thank you for all the things that you're doing for me in my life. But I also want you to know that I pray for you guys. I pray for your businesses. I pray for your families. I pray for the people that are following us. We're actually giving away money still to grow our followers, and we're actually changing lives with these little gifts as well. Wired Differently is on a roll, and I appreciate for your support. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. Till tomorrow, I love